A very good afternoon, everybody. In our previous chapters, we have discussed database introduction. We have also seen database advantages. We have seen DBMS schemas. Then we have seen database dictionary, database users. We have completed till here. Now we are proceeding to database languages. Database languages used so that how these languages are used to work with database and how we can manipulate and how we can work with the database. A database system provides data definition language to specify the database schema and a data manipulation language to express database queries and updates. In practice, data definition and data manipulation languages are not two separate languages. Instead, they simply form parts of a single database language, such as widely used SQL language. SQL is sequential query language. Using these sequential query languages, which we are going to use this, which we are going to work with the database. You can see that over here. I will be just this is the PHP my admin part where we work with the database. Here you can just write the SQL queries and then we process the queries, which in our further tutorials I'll be running up each and every SQL from this part. So all these queries which we are going to run in this, we are going to create these databases. You can see that these are the databases, and in every database we have different tables. We have different tables in this, and every tables have a different set of columns, or you can check the structure of each and every table. You can see that this is the structure of the table. This is a table named exam categories, and in the exam categories table we have two columns, ID and name. Now using these DDL and DML, we work on DDL and DML language. We work on database queries or database. This is the local server for which we have the WAM server, which I showed you. This is the WAM server. Now proceeding further, we are going to look for what is data definition language. Data definition language, we simply specify a database schema by a set of definitions expressed by a special language called a data definition language, or also referred to as DDL. For instance, the following statement in the SQL language defines the account table. Create table account, account number, character, balance integer. This is the query of a table which when executed inside the database it is going to create a table. Now let us see if there are no syntax error in this. This will be processed. Now let us copy the query. I am pasting the query here. Now when we try to run this, now let us see there is some syntax error in this. Create table, name of the table should be account. Then account number is the name of the column. The account number should have a, then we have it is a definition of the column. Then this is the balance, it is another column. Running the entire query, which we are going to see it further in our SQL tutorial. Now execution, this is how which we are going to run it. You can see that this is where we query. Now there is some syntax error which we have it over there, so the query is not going to run now. I am going to discuss the entire query in our later in our tutorials. Now you can just for instance, this is just a demo that such type of SQL is written. Execution of the above DDL statement creates the account table. it will create a table account. In addition, it provides a special set of tables called the data dictionary or data directory. A data dictionary contains metadata. In our previous chapters, we have explained data dictionary. And in data dictionary, we have explained you what is the importance of data dictionary and how it contains the metadata. That means the data about the data. The schema of a table is an example of metadata. A database system consults the data dictionary before reading or modifying the actual data. Now, the data values stored in the database must satisfy certain consistency constraints. For example, suppose the balance of an on an account should not fall below $100. The DDL provides facilities to specify such constraints. The database systems to check these constraints every time the database is updated. These DDL, all the queries and all the rules and constraints which we are going to follow while we work with the SQL queries. All these things I'm going to show you in practical working on WAM server under PHP MyAdmin. Now proceeding further, when we talk about data manipulation language. The data manipulation language is the retrieval of information stored in the database, the insertion of new information in the database, the deletion of information in the database, the modification of information stored in the database. A data manipulation language (DML) is a language that enables users to access or manipulate data as organized by appropriate data model. There are basically two types. Procedural DMLs require a user to specify what data are needed and how to get those data. In procedural DMLs, we need to specify what data are needed and how to get those data. In declarative DMLs, also referred to as non-procedural DML, require a user to specify what data are needed without specifying how to get those data. Declarative DMLs are usually easier to learn and use than a procedural DMLs. However, since the user does not have to specify how to get the data, the database system has to figure out an efficient means of accessing the data. The DML component of the SQL statement is non-procedural. A query is a statement requesting the retrieval of information. The portion of a DML that involves information retrieval is called a query language. In our further tutorials, I am also going to show you how we are going to work with the different SQL. I'll be just showing you a small example of the SQLs. Now see, I'm just copying. This is the correct form of and the format of the table. Now you can see I'm just copying the entire thing. Now processing. These are the SQL queries. These are the SQL queries. Now you can see that this query created a table person which has a column. Now let us see where it was created. This is the database and we created a table persons and it should be empty now. Yes, it is. You can see that person ID, last name, first name, address and city. This was the SQL create table which we used to create the table in a database. This specifies this is what we are talking about in this, that the query, this type of things which you see, which we are going to deal separately in our tutorials. These are the different SQLs which we are going to read each and every SQLs during this, and I'm just going to run each and every tutorial each and every query in the database. Now the query in the SQL language finds the name of the customer whose customer ID is given. Now see, this is a table, this is a query. This query will select the name of the customer from the table customer from customer, where customer ID equals to this. This is what it specifies. It sounds very simple. Similar wise, when we work on the query, we specify name of the table, name of the database when we have more than one database. And it is very simple. You don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to run each and every query. The levels of abstraction do not apply to defining or structuring data, but also to manipulate the data. At the physical level, we must define algorithms that allow efficient access of data. At higher levels of abstraction, we emphasize ease of use. The goal is to allow humans to interact efficiently with the system. The query processor component of the database system translates DML queries into sequence of action at the physical level of the database system. This is how it is being processed. So these are the two languages, data definition language and data manipulation language. These two together combine together and form queries. Queries are just sequential query languages. These query languages are used to work to create tables, modify tables, and different things, which we are going to see in SQL tutorials. Now, coming up for to the next tutorial, we have database architecture, which we are going to see in our next tutorial.